Okay, let's unpack this then. We're doing a deep dive into some material aimed squarely at community-based organizations, CBOs.
Yeah, this stuff comes from the Southern Africa Litigation Centre, SALC. It's part of their capacity strengthening training series.
And we're looking specifically at counseling referrals, which, sounds maybe a bit straightforward.
It does, but the source actually presents it as a really powerful tool for these organizations. Quite strategic, actually.
Okay, strategic how? The guidance seems to frame it as like a proactive way to help people, staff or clients dealing with stress, personal things, work challenges.
Exactly, proactive. And it links this directly to benefits for the CBO. It mentions research showing it can cut down costs.
Costs from things like staff leaving, absenteeism, burnout,
Yeah.
things that really hit CBOs hard.
Right, those tangible impacts. And on the other side, it suggests this boosts growth, performance. So it's an investment, really.
So just to clarify, based on the SALC material, what is this kind of referral?
It's pretty simple at its core. It's about connecting your people, staff, clients, whoever, to counseling info and services that are, outside your own specific area, things you don't specialize in.
Got it. And here's where it gets really interesting, I thought.
Yeah.
The training says it's not just for when things go wrong, not just crisis mode.
Exactly. That's a key point. It's positioned as preventative, helping people before things escalate to ill health or chronic absence or productivity dropping off a cliff.
Right, so it potentially limits the need for those big urgent interventions later on.
Precisely. Prevention over cure, basically.
That really flips the script. So the why is overall well-being and prevention, but the when? How do CBOs spot the need according to the source?
Well, it does mention using things you might already be doing, like performance assessments. Sometimes needs come up there. Or even during discipline counseling, potentially.
Okay, so internal processes can flag things. But what about day-to-day? What are the common signs you should look out for? The material gives a list, right?
It does, and it's super practical. Things like visible shifts in mood, someone becoming much more irritable, quick to anger, maybe more anxious or sad than usual.
And performance.
Yeah, a noticeable dip in performance could be personal stuff, academic for younger clients, or, professional work for staff.
Also looking out for withdrawal, like someone pulling back from social situations.
That's on the list, too. And sometimes quite drastic changes in physical appearance, significant weight changes, maybe neglecting hygiene.
And sleep patterns, too, right? Sleeping way too much or struggling to sleep at all.
Yeah, the source highlights those as pretty common indicators to be aware of. Concrete things.
So spotting signs is step one. But the training also talks about the how, doesn't it? Setting up a system.
It does. It touches on understanding different counseling approaches, directive, non-directive, participatory, basically how much guidance the counselor gives.
And having an actual procedure, like how do you make the referral?
Exactly. Having a clear process. And it also mentions the value of formalizing things, maybe through policies or even MOUs, memorandums of understanding.
So agreements with the places you might refer people to.
Right. It's a smoother.
Okay, so pulling this together from the SALC guidance, counseling referrals aren't just a nice extra. They seem crucial for people's well-being and for preventing bigger organizational headaches.
Absolutely. It's about managing people effectively and proactively, tackling things like ill health and absenteeism before they become major drains.
And the material really pushes for early intervention for mental health stuff.
It does. It states it's proven to, shorten recovery times and lead to a better quality of life overall, which is huge.
Makes sense. And none of that works well without a plan. Having that referral procedure properly set up seems essential.
Definitely. You need the pathway clear.
So a final thought then, maybe for you listening, especially if you're in a CBO, if recognizing these common signs is that first step towards being more preventative, how could you maybe build that awareness into your daily work? And perhaps with just one simple, actionable step your CBO could think about this week to start mapping out what a referral could actually look like in practice.
Yeah, something practical to consider. How do you take that first step?